Breaking news, Donald Trump is melting down because VP Harris is going viral on TikTok in a new trend. Meanwhile, this article from today reads, Donald Trump's losing election poll for first time in over a month. I want to break this all down and keep you guys up to date on the latest internet trends. Make sure you leave a like on the video and comment a blue heart. So this article reads, former President Donald Trump is losing a Reuters Ipsos poll for the first time since May as VP Harris gains ground. And I already made a video on this poll, but this was taken after President Biden dropped out, after the assassination attempt, and it shows VP Harris winning by 2 points. That's right, winning. This is a great improvement from President Biden, who is down a few points. That is why Donald Trump is currently melting down on Truth Social. He has sent 7, maybe 8 truths in the past hour, or sorry, this morning, within the span of 1 hour. He said, lying Kamala Harris destroys everything she touches. Does lying Kamala Harris think Joe Biden is fit to run the USA for the next 6 months? I do want to say, I think Donald Trump has lost his kindergarten name-calling instinct because lying Kamala Harris just doesn't have a ring to it. She must answer this question. Now it appears Joe is delegating his presidential authority to unelected Washington bureaucrats. He doesn't even trust his VP, who is running the country. This is just absolute unhinged nonsense. Biden trusts his VP so much that he chose her as his successor and endorsed her right away. I don't know who said it or where it came from, perhaps the radical left, but I never discussed or thought of Jamie Dimon or Larry Fink for Secretary of Treasury. He said, I can't believe it, they're turning crooked Joe Biden, the worst president in the history of the United States, into a hero. He was pushed out of power like a dog. There we go again with the dog stuff. And again, this was all within the course of an hour, and this may be because VP Harris is getting millions and millions of likes on TikTok. This meme right here has 500,000 likes. This one has 1.5 million likes on TikTok, and I'll explain why. Kamala Harris gets major Gen Z boost. My generation is finally coalescing around the Democratic Party in the way that we need to win an election. Kamala Harris has seen a number of important endorsements since President Joe Biden stepped down from the presidential race, and those now include an unlikely one from British pop star who has a huge following among Gen Z. Charlie XCX, who has 3.6 million followers on X and tens of millions of followers on TikTok, has thrown her support behind the current vice president as the Democratic Party's candidate. She referenced her album Brat when she posted on X, Kamala is Brat. So she is making a reference to her own album and turning Kamala into a meme in a good way. That is why Kamala is blowing up right now. TikTok, the social media app used the most by Gen Z, is certainly enjoying the unlikely pairing of VP Harris and Charlie XCX. Content creators have edited some of Harris's most viral quotes, such as, quote, do you think you just fell out of a coconut tree, to the backing of Charlie XCX's music. And I can't play this TikTok, but again, it has 500,000 likes and it's videos of Kamala dancing. My generation loves the vibes, and I honestly underestimated how much having a younger candidate could energize my generation. I mean, President Biden has been great legislatively, but let's just face it, he is old, and I think that struggled to excite my generation. But now, these posts are blowing up. This one has the caption, hashtag Kamala Harris for president, Kamala Harris 2024, and it has 1.4 million likes on TikTok. That's right, 1.4 million likes on this TikTok right here. You can see 1.4 million. That is insane, and it's finally nice to see my generation coalescing around a progressive candidate who can help further our policy agendas, because I say this all the time, but you don't have to think the candidate is perfect. VP Harris doesn't have to be perfect, but someday my generation, people my age, will be handed the keys to these institutions, and if we want the institutions to be functioning, we have to make sure that Donald Trump is far away from office. We have to make sure that MAGA, all the MAGA lunatics like JD Vance, are far from office. So voting and making sure that we're not ceding ground to MAGA is incredibly important to preserve the institutions that have been here since the inception of America, and make sure that my generation can make progress on the issues we care about, like climate change, like gun reform. And speaking of, VP Harris is better on every single issue than Donald Trump. Every single issue that we care about, such as climate change, gun reform, education reform, abortion, the economy. I could go on and on, but VP Harris is totally better, and the speech she gave today totally proved it. She gave an energizing speech that I loved. By the way, leave a like on the video to help boost my message to Gen Z, but let's watch a little bit of VP Harris's amazing speech.
And we who believe in reproduction reproductive freedom will stop Donald Trump's extreme abortion bans because we trust women to make decisions about their own body and not have their government tell them what to do.
It's so nice to see the Democratic Party finally energized and coalescing around a single candidate, and VP Harris is really stepping up to the plate and giving some great speeches.
And when Congress passes a law to restore reproductive freedoms as President of the United States, I will sign it into law. So, Wisconsin, ultimately in this election, we each face a question. What kind of country do we want to live in? A country and to your point, do we want to live in a country of freedom, compassion, and rule of law? Or a country of chaos, fear, and hate? And here's the beauty of this moment. We each have the power to answer that question. The power is with the people. We each have the power to answer that question. And in the next 105 days, then we have work to do. We have doors to knock on, we have phone calls to make, we have voters to register, and we have an election to win.
This is great.
So, Wisconsin, today I ask you, are you ready to get to work? Do we believe in freedom? Do we believe in opportunity? Do we believe in the promise of America? Ready to fight for it. And when we fight, we win. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.
Amazing, amazing work, and I just want to say this is what I, along with the rest of the Democratic Party, have been yearning for. A candidate who can go out there and make the case for voting blue. Make the case for voting against Donald Trump in an efficient manner, because guys, it should be so easy. Donald Trump is the easiest person to attack ever, between the impeachments, the convictions, the coup that he tried to do, sleeping with a porn star. I could go on and on, but if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like, comment a blue heart, hit that subscribe button. Most importantly, have a great day yourself.